Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Now, before I begin, I would like to ask that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share me if you're feeling the content and you're thinking not robbery. Y'all go ahead and share me, hit that like button now. I should be viral from the good things y'all been saying about me. All right, so let's get into this thing. Now, everybody, off the rip, I want you guys to know blood magic is a taboo, it's bad, it's wrong in every sense of the word because it gets shit done. And I'm just gonna flat out tell you this is gonna be one of them stories that's gonna come close to home for some of you guys. It's gonna be real bad, uh, especially for the brothers. So brothers, grab your testes and hold on tight because this shit ain't cool, but it happened. And I gotta enlighten my brothers on this. So ladies, y'all be careful with this one right here. But this is for the brothers. So y'all get ready for this one right here. All right. Now this was back in 2000. No, I'm sorry, not 2000. I be getting them damn things wrong. This was back in like 1999, right when everybody was talking about Y2K was finna bust our ass open, computers was finna fuck up. Everybody was trying to store everything on hard drives and separate drives, similar like now getting a cold store crypto wallet to put all your digital currency in your crypto in case something go wrong with the banks. You still got that bitch to plug in somewhere. Nah, y'all keep that in mind. Storage. So, 1999, around by the Gary Moore record date, January, February, March, April, springtime, 1999. So there was this lady from Sudanese woman by the name of Madam Alea. Now, Madam Ayla Alea, I can't run the name quite properly, but Madam Ayla and Madam, I just say Madam Ayla. Now, she was known for being a blood spiritualist. Now, when I say she was known for being a blood spiritualist, she was the one you go to when you wanted to get down and dirty, curse a bitch down to nothing. I mean, you want to generationally fuck a bitch up, you go to her. She was a Sudanese refugee born over here, and although she never registered herself, never had a license, never had a power bill in her, never had shit, the community took care of her. All the dope boys took care of her. All the baby mamas took care of her. All the police officers took care of her. All the judges took care of her. So she was right up there with grandma. Now grandma was running around the whole neighborhood doing what she was doing, saving. Grandma was a witch worker too, root worker too. But this lady dealt nothing but with blood magic. Bitch, if it had something to do with blood, you fucked yourself. So this all her. Now her and grandma knew not to fuck with each other because both of them had an issue with each other. Now they didn't like each other one bit. I'm just gonna throw that out there. This is grandma's 100% rivalry here. So I don't know if she was quick with the tool, but I know she carried a machete. She used to walk to Magic Fry, walk to Wellco with that machete in her hand, and she would also walk up there to Melody Bar, and she'll go and get her a fifth of gin or some shit, and she'll walk back home, man. Everybody knew her. She had that machete on her right side, thick with it. It'd be rusty sometimes. She had like three of them. So grandma knew her. So, and she didn't have a car. She just she didn't even speak good English for over time. But I'm just giving you the backstory of Madame Mayo. So this happened like one day, like January, February, March, April. It's around by Easter time, some shit like that. So all the kids was, Easter egg hunting and shit. So Madam Ayla was sitting outside and she was just sitting out there smoking her tobacco pipe, and she had her fifth of gin. She was drinking it, just sitting on the porch with her leg crossed, not fucking with nobody. So one of the kids end up cutting themselves right on, like close to the concrete in the back of Miss Ayla's apartment, her project house. So now, grandma now was out there watching the kids Easter egg hunt, and grandma saw the blood like drip out the baby leg when the baby came back under the clothesline to go in the house to get cleaned up. So grandma instantly ran around the building. Where you got hurt? Where you got hurt at? Where you got hurt at? And grandma kept asking the baby. Now grandma approached the baby a little rough and strong because she knew like 3, 4, 5 apartments down in the project, Madam Ayla lived out. So Grandma went back there rushing. Where you at? So all the other kids pointed over there, right over there by the fence. The clothing line, like about 3 houses down close. So Grandma realized that was Madam Ayla crib. So Grandma got her 32 and she ran right over there. She like knocked on the door. Cause Grandma said she saw the bitch sitting on the porch. This is Grandma words, and I'm gonna say it like this so women y'all get offended. That's on y'all. This is my grandma. She said, she was telling her, she's like, now I saw that bitch out there watching them kids play. Now, I was wondering why old bitch just gonna sit out there and just look at kids play. I know that hoe was waiting on one of them to lose their blood. I'm telling you, that's what the bitch did. And Grandma was like, so, Tyke, I need you, Robert, Jermaine, Ben, y'all need to come on with me. I say, okay, where we going? We finna go over here and look at this hoe. And I need y'all to get that bleach and get that ammonia, and I need y'all to spray it all over there. Get them spray bottles. Grandma made us put so much ammonia and bleach and spring water inside spray bottles. And when she knocked on the door with her 32 in her hand, like under her bra, we had to spray the ground, to try to dispel try to kill the blood, or try to make the capillaries break up, what Grandma called it. So she knocked on the door. Grandma said, did you fuck with this baby? Did you get this baby blood? And the old lady, and she still had a heavy accent, and she was like, no, God, you get the fuck off my property, bitch. And I'm like, bitch, you the bitch. You calling a bitch, you foreign fucker. And like, I may be foreign, but I don't go around doing favors for the poor. Use a poor man's witch. They were just going at each other. Well, I don't give a fuck what you call me, bitch, but you practice taboo blood magic. And if you don't motherfucking get that baby possession back, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And so as we spraying the grass in the lady porch and shit like that with the ammonia and shit, we all look up like, oh shit, Grandma finna pull out the steel. And Grandma was like all in the lady's face. I mean, less than 12, 18 inches away. They was arguing at the door, man. Grandma done reached under her armpit, well, 32, because she kept that 32. And she finna thump this woman. So I say, Grandma, I found the blood. I say, I see a patch. Grandma say, dig it up, put in that bucket, Dig up the whole motherfucking backyard if you got to. Don't let this old bitch get that baby blood. So we just start like scooping shit with our hand, taking the grass, taking all the shit, right? Now, granted, I did see some blood out there, but I don't know if we got it because it was some leaves that had been plucked already by hand. You could tell the fresh grass was plucked. So I didn't want Grandma to shoot nobody. So I said, we got it all, Grandma. And Grandma like, bitch, you're lucky my grandson found what he found, or I would have killed your ass fucking with these babies. You say that shit for the dope dealers, the politician, and everybody else you're fucking around here. Done deal. She said, fuck you, gun you bitch. Don't make me. And Grandma say, bitch, I'm the last motherfucker you want to fuck with when you want to come to this magic shit. I don't give a fuck if you from Africa. I don't give a fuck if you from Timbuk fucking too. Bitch, I am the realest witch round here. Now fuck with me. And all that shit. And Grandma was like, I would spit on your doorstep, but you'll figure out a way to get blood from it, bitch. And they separated, went their own separate ways. I'm like, fuck, Grandma don't like Madam Ayla. So naturally, growing up, I didn't like Madam motherfucking Ayla, and I avoided the bitch, and I didn't even walk that motherfucking way. She throw something out the window and have me motherfucking with the vapors. I ain't with the fuck shit. So, about 2-3 days passed. Grandma went in there. Grandma was like doing like some kind of sifting shit, like if like one of them old coal miners and gold miners sifting for gold and shit with the little screen thing. Where she got it from, I couldn't tell you. That lady had so much shit in that storage with off of Kirkman, I don't know. Well, she was shifting and she was washing it with ammonia and water, salt, and she was just washing it, straining it till she felt comfortable. Then she just went and dug a big ass hole in the ground in the back of her apartment, and she poured that water in there. And she said, that baby protected now. Ain't nobody finna get that baby essence. So I'm feeling shitty because I ain't tell Grandma that a couple pieces of the grass was plucked. Now y'all keep in mind, y'all remember that the old lady was sitting on the porch drinking that motherfucking gin and smoking her tobacco. And when the baby cut, she plucked the grass. So she took some of the baby shit. Me, I just didn't want Grandma to go to jail because Grandma was finna shoot that woman over them kids. So, uh, the day after Easter, I think it's 2, 3 days after Easter, all the kids didn't find the eggs because of the Easter egg hunt got cut short. So, the kid feeling better. All the kids go back out there. They go around Miss Ayla's house looking for the eggs, looking for the shit. They just being a little bad. They getting candy from the flip lady and shit. So we chilling. So I'm out there. I'm about 1999. Shit, I'm 20 years old, people. I'm in that bitch chilling. So I'm up there chasing skirts, right? I'm sitting up there, everybody in their nice fits and shit, still fresh from Easter. So I'm sitting up there looking good too, trying to get it. So all of a sudden, I see Miss Ayla out there plucking grass, and she was plucking some shit like Sarah seeds or something off of the fences, because it grew real heavy. And if y'all know anything about magic, Sarah seeds is a heavy component of magic within voodoo and the Caribbean. So I seen her going back there plucking the little shit off the fence. Then I see her plucking them vines with the little orange bulbs off the fence and too. And I'm like, man, what this old hoe working on? So naturally, and I could be wrong, and y'all can tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. It is what it is. I go and I tell Grandma, I say that lady out there gathering herbs and shit in the little field across the gate and shit off the gate. Grandma say, that crazy African bitch always up to something. She say, I can't stand them motherfucking Africans. I say, Grandma, she doing something. I say, in that baby blood, I say, you don't think that she got something to do with that shit? We got it all, didn't we? And Grandma looked at me. I say, I could have swore the grass was plucked, Grandma, but I didn't want you to go to jail. Fuck going to jail. I got the judges and the police is in my fucking hand. They ain't gonna arrest me. And so I said, Grandma, well, I think she got some of that baby blood. Grandma said, go get the baby. Tell the baby mama to bring her here. So I run out the road, get the baby. Grandma did her inspection. Now I'm finna tell y'all the inspection Grandma did, and I want you guys to do this to your own fucking children if you get a chance. If somebody is doing blood magic on you, Grandma taught me this now. Somebody's doing blood magic on you, done got your blood, period blood, dick blood, whatever blood, ass blood, whatever. I need you to get a magnifying glass. You go bend the kid over in the sun, and if you hold that baby neck down and on the back of her neck where the 33rd, the 32nd, and 33rd vertebrae, right when you get up to the cerebrum or the cerebellum, whichever one is the small brain, you're gonna shine that magnifying glass right there, not enough to burn it, like the focus of beam, but enough to magnify the cells behind the back of the neck. If those cells behind the back of the neck is starting to separate, crust up, or you can see the parts in them, that's blood magic, people being done to you. This is what my grandma believed. Whether y'all want to deal with this, take it like this, this is y'all. I'm just telling you how it is. So Grandma got the baby. She went and got her magnifying glass out of her kitchen drawer, and she put that motherfucker there, and she was looking. And she had the mama, me, and everybody come around, and we looked at that little baby neck. And she said, you see how this baby got cracks in her neck? Say, that's the motherfucking shit I'm talking about. That bitch is using blood magic against your baby. She say, I go down there and shoot that hole in her face, but I'm not gonna do it because it's your baby. You should have been watching her, bitch. Now get your ass down there and tell that hoe to give you your baby DNA. So the young girl, she was a little stupid little girl. Just thick body on her too. Project breed them thick, y'all. Fine. She was older than me. So, but she knocked on the door all nice, and grandma didn't go on the porch because grandma knew like she would really bust a cap in her. She was like, yo, you got my baby blood, my baby got this, and I don't know what you talking about. You listening to a gun you too much. Come in here, let me help you. I can help you get rich. I can help life. I can help all that. She's talking that shit. I don't want to get rich. I don't want life. Fuck you. Bitch, you gonna get yours. And then she walked away. Now I'm gonna stop the story right there. I hope y'all follow me so far. Hope y'all follow here. So I'm gonna recap before I go into the next part. I want y'all to get it. The baby cut herself on Easter Sunday. The old lady from Sudan, the immigrant lady from Sudan, went and got to pick some of the baby blood. We went and cleaned up the scene much as we can. I lied. Grandmama, we didn't get all the blood. I just didn't want grandma to go to jail. So grandma called the mama. The mama said, I don't need you to do shit for me. Just give me my baby essence back. Boom. Mama went away. So I'm gonna say by around about a Thursday came, because it was a Thursday, because we had to go to the wash house on the Thursday up the road, and then we'll dry the clothes on the line. So I'm going to the wash house. So all of a sudden we had to pass by her thing to get to the wash house. So I'm seeing the young lady girl go inside of Madam Elia's house on the low. She done went the back way, walked through the woods and shit along the fence line and went inside Madam Elia's house. So I'm like, fuck, man. So I slapped Uncle and I slapped Cuz. I'm like, Grandma told that bitch, I said, she finna sacrifice that baby. They like, I know Grandma be trying to tell the ass, but fuck him. We ain't got time for that. That's that bitch problem. Her baby gonna have 3 asses in 1 eye. They laughing at the shit, but I'm feeling real bad because now I'm thinking the shit my fault, right? Because I should've said, but then I ain't want my grandma to go to jail. It's like that, people, so that I was in conflict. Man, all of a sudden, that little ghetto ass woman started coming up. When I say she started coming up, this bitch was wearing fur coat. She was like putting pieces of weave in her hair that was various colors, rainbow colored, pink, purple. She was wearing them fucking Japanese wigs, that the bobs and shit. She was eating Magic Fried 3-4 times a day. She was coming up. So I said, Grandmama, she made a deal with that lady and she done sacrificed her baby. So Grandma would look at the baby and the baby would be all sad and shit. Baby would be all sad and just lethargic, and the baby always had a funny smell to her. Sort of like pig feet and bubble gum at the same time, and that been sitting in the sun too long. Now the kid was clean, but she just had that rough smell to me and to a lot of people, and the kids would pick at her. The baby couldn't be no more than like 6 or 7. So Grandma was always shaking her head like, sacrifice that baby. So I said, okay, cool. So Grandma was like, it didn't sit well with Grandma and it didn't sit well with me. So Grandma was like, who her daddy is? I said, he up the road. I said, he had Big B stove slanging. She said, go get him. I said, nope. I said, we don't kind of like each other, Grandma. And she's like, get in the car, let's go. So we went to Big B. We went up there and we saw him. And Grandma said, let me tell you something. Your baby mama done put a spell on your baby. This is why the whole rich. He like, no, she just took me to child support court. Man, they taking motherfucking $600 a month from me for one motherfucking baby. I got 4 other children. Like, bitch, it ain't that. The spirit working. That ain't the child support system. That's the spirit. Keep that in mind now. What the fuck I can do? Agunju, what the fuck I can do? She said, meet me at my house at 6:30 tonight. Come over there, wear all white. White boxers, white t-shirt. Give a fuck about what you wore. You ain't gotta wear no shoes or no socks. Just come over there with your white boxer, white t-shirt. I got you. So we come over there, Grandma put him in the tub. Grandma bathed him down good. Grandma take the magnifying glass. Grandma put his head down. And Grandma look at his neck. Grandma say, okay, you good. So Grandma said, this is what I want you to do. So Grandma told him how to do it. So he instantly did it. His little girl started smelling fresher. His little girl started like running, jumping up, and the little girl started gaining weight for some odd reason because she was always skinny. So Grandma said, it's working. So what? And that's a private conversation. I wasn't there. So whatever Grandma told him, he did, and his baby started gaining her life force, her health, and all that shit back. Now the baby mama started dropping off. She losing her finances. So now the baby mama go back to Madam Alien. She like, okay, bitch, I'm losing my baby. And Madam Alien say, her blood done dried up over here. Say, that's her blood. It's supposed to stay like red. It's supposed to stay lively. Just drop a little distilled water on it every now and then, and it'll stay like not, but it's rotten, it's dry. Your baby, spell gone. I need more people, more blood, and I'll make you rich. So she came over with the baby daddy. So the baby daddy came over to the house. Now he armed with the knowledge what Grandma told him and how to fix him. And now he's seeing his daughter, child support. They pulled her back in child support court. Like 6 months later saying, we made a miscalculation. We gave you too much money. So her shit dropped from $500-600 a month down to like $230 a month, which is where it's supposed to be at. Man, so she like, well, shit, I gotta get my baby daddy right. And she say, well, I can't sacrifice my daughter no more. So she went ahead and she said, I'm gonna sacrifice my baby daddy. So she bring him over there. And he come over there, you know, cause he happy, he wanna boast in her face. She sit up there sucking me, fuck him, feed him, do all that shit, do it good. She end up fucking him. Boom, 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 boom. So after she end up screwing around with him, they end up getting into a big ass fight, and the whole project heard it. We all running outside like, what the fuck going on? She down there getting in the fight. Ooh, ooh. So she end up pulling out a pistol and she shot him. Thump, bow. So when she shot him in like the leg of the arm. I know it was an appendage. Bam. Ah, bitch, you crazy. Fuck you, oh. He got in the car. Ain't nobody calling the police in the hood, you know, bitch. A gunshot is a gunshot. It's domestic, because you call the police, somebody gonna die, somebody going to jail. So we learned earlier, in a domestic dispute, you don't call the police on each other. You let that shit handle, and then the next day you get the seniors and the elders involved. That's how it was back in the projects I grew up in. So after he left, got in the car, his baby mama out there scraping up his blood, putting it in a container, mixing it with some little yellow clay dirt and shit, mixing it up. So she instantly run back there to the witch lady house. She handed to the witch lady. Now we all watching her dart off across the field, running the blood to the witch lady house. She beat on the witch lady house. The witch lady opened the door, let her in. Grandma shaking her head. Grandma say, I can't do nothing for him. I cleared this baby through him. I can't do nothing for him. She got his blood. So about 2-3 months passed. He started shooting bad. Motherfucker lost so much weight. Motherfucker, it's like his arm was paralyzed. Like, he used to be quick with the tool. His arms were paralyzed and shit. And me and Grandma watching him go down, and we just staring at him like, man, we can't do nothing about it, because she had his blood, people. And when you got somebody's blood, unless you want to get in the blood magic energy, which is a taboo, by the way, it's an ultimate sin, people. Then, you know, you just got to let that shit go. So he's sitting up there going through it, and Grandma like, I'm sorry, baby. And he was like, I understand, I gunned you. As long as my baby okay. She'll never be able to fuck with that baby. But I don't know how to get this shit off you. You're gonna have to go, and you're gonna have to go over there to Africa or something. You're gonna have to pay them people who do this type of shit. Grandma said, I don't fuck with blood magic. I'm sorry, baby. So Grandma was kind of defeated, but he just automatically just started doing what he was doing. He started wilding out. He started fucking random hoes. He started robbing people. He started doing shit till he kept doing that shit and he died. Now this nigga expired within 3-4 months of this whole doing this shit. Rebel without a cause type shit. So then she had been bragging in the hood how she can do this shit, and how she was coming up, and how these hoes in the hood could sacrifice their baby daddies to this Sudanese blood witch. You know, and for the people out there, I'm saying what I fucking know. So don't think I'm sitting up there down and anybody from Sudanese, council culture, that type of shit. This is what happened in my community. Now, I don't know if all Sudanese people do it. I don't know if the practice still around. But this lady was doing it, and she was an immigrant from Sudanese in the middle of Ivy Lane Project, Madam Alien. I'm telling you a fucking name. So all the baby mamas around there were like, shit, look, I get that hoe some of my baby daddy blood. He ain't shit, no way. And now all these hoes in the hood coming up, people, these bitches they buying Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguar back in the day, that was a popular car. They buying Jaguars and shit. And they got you living in an apartment where you paying $120 a month for rent with 4-5 chilling, and you driving a $30,000 car 20 years ago. So they doing good. So all these baby daddies start bumping heads, getting in fights with each other. Everybody killing each other in the middle of the hood. It's beefing, it's warring. Boom, boom, boom. So now it's time for my kinfolk to start fucking these hoes and shit, because, you know, they done put the hook on their baby daddy. So now, you know, and they were fine. So now the other cat, they were trying to live their best life and party, club out, fantastic skating ring, diamonds, you know, the Palladium. They was hitting these clubs hard. Man, so, you know, it was kind of like a smorgasbord for the cats that wasn't they baby daddies. It was just, if you had a baby by one of these motherfuckers, you were fucked up. And keep in mind, these chicks had 2 to 3 baby daddies apiece, so they were doing motherfucking good. Madam Alia, on the other hand, was reaping the money, because the money they would get, they would, like I say, she would take it care of by everybody. They would break her off $300-400 a month easy, and she had at least 25-30 people in the hood, my project alone, that were taking care of her. People, that's like 15 grand a fucking month. And she, in the house, in the apartment wasn't in her name. She just living free. She didn't buy no clothes. She didn't have no fly car. She just carried a machete. She was doing it for the love of the witch shit and probably sending money home. So that shit just didn't sit right with grandma. So grandma like, you can fuck anything, boy, but you can't fuck nothing in these projects. Ivy Lane project is off limits. Don't you fuck a damn thing here. Cause these hoes trifling. You get them pregnant, they're gonna go see that bitch. I said, yes, ma'am. So, I'm going on Mercy Drive, hitting bitches, Popka, Lake, and I'm out of it. I'm listening to grandma. So now let's get into the real motherfucking Holyfield about this motherfucking story, people. So now, all these brothers in the hood killing each other. And if they die, the ladies still reap the benefits for about a year, 2 years, till they go get with another dude, make another baby. So now this old Sudanese lady had formed a cult. She had all these girls coming to their house. She even had started babysitting their kids. And she was making revenue from them like that, from babysitting the kids. I said, God damn, so this lady was wild and she was known, man. So grandma was like, okay, we gonna have to stop this hoe. It's just getting too much. So grandma knows she couldn't get into the realm of blood magic because that ain't what she do. We Southern folk magic people. We ain't doing blood magic people. It's a big difference. That's some heavier shit. So she said, well, this is what we gonna do. So grandma went up there and grandma started offering her services to the dope boys at Big B. She started offering her service to, the dope boys over there on Mercy Drive, Tangelo, to the dope boys all the way over there, in Beirut, downtown Orlando. That's a motherfucking story for you. Beirut was so hard, police wouldn't go in that motherfucker. Police car, you get shot in Beirut on the street, bitch, you had to wait till the coast was clear for the ambulance to come get you. Beirut was a motherfucker back in the early 1990s, early 2000s. So grandma started offering services to the people and she started giving them protection amulet, giving them baths and shit. So grandma was living it up. They rented grandma an apartment over there in Beirut area and grandma would go in and out of there. They had her backer, they had her Haagen-Dazs in the refrigerator. They kept grandma stocked up and they were giving grandma cash. So grandma was like doing charms and shit, something like I do, the consecrated charms I give you guys and sell. Grandma was doing that shit then. She was making sure these people was protected and nobody could fuck with their energy. Nobody could drain their life force and shit. But her charms wasn't the ones I'm using. They was something totally different. I'm using Solomonic charms on my other site and shit. She was using some other type stuff. I can't remember, but I know every dope boy in the hood was wearing them chains. And when I say dope selling was good, they was making money. So now when they was doing that, these baby mamas started losing money. Now keep in mind, they was still coming out the pocket paying because what was done was done. On the other hand, grandma was just doing what she did to offset some of the magic because these dudes was murdering each other in the hood. And they, she an old lady, she grew up watching these kids grow up. She knew their parents, so grandma had some kind of love for them. So she did what she did. Man, it was one cat. He was wilding. And he just was like, that baby mama did what to me? Yeah, she cut me with the razor blade. Because he had a hard time breathing. She cut him with the razor blade. Yeah, she cut me with the razor blade and shit. Then she bandaged me up. Then she kicked me out. He was talking like that. Telling grandma, so I'm with grandma. Yeah, Gunja. They call her Gammy. Gammy. Yeah, Gammy. I don't like that shit. He was breathing hard, like he had a lung problem. And grandma was like, okay, baby, well, you wear this right here. Next time you go around that bitch, just avoid her. She won't be able to touch you. Your money gonna get better. They give grandma a hug and shit, drop some money off in the little circle she put on the ground, or the little cup she had in the house, and they're gone. So that motherfucker that was breathing hard, he got upset, so he went back to the hood. And he went back to his baby mama house. And that boy knocked on that door. That boy shot the shit out of that girl so many times. I mean, he had to empty a whole clip in that girl's head, not the body. You got 12, 13 bullets coming at somebody's head. You ain't got too much left on the neck. I'm just I'm trying to make it not graphic, but that shit hurt that boy. And although he got sent to prison and shit, there, you know, I don't think he lasted long in prison because his lungs collapsed on him, like he had a collapsed lung. But yeah, so now all the chicks that's doing this to their baby daddies, they getting hip to the shit. They saying these niggas killing us. We gotta stop fucking around. So all these chicks go back to the Sudanese lady and they were like, okay, we wanna stop this shit. Give us our baby daddy shit, cause these niggas hurting her. Cause dude was jumping out of the cars cause they had their mind back what grandma gave them with the hammers and the charm that grandma was concentrating and putting around their neck and shit. So they'll see him at the light on Mercer Drive. They'll see him at the light on Colonial. These dudes jump out the cars with the music playing, rims blasting. They'll pull their baby mama out the car and just start punching them hoes in the head. Cause I'm telling you, they were driving Jaguars, Cadillacs. They was living it up off these people and they killing each other, gang banging and woofing on each other, man. And it got so fucking bad and so violent in Central Florida, man, that they had to call a task force in the 2000. So 2000, year 2000 came, everybody doing it. We thought it was gonna be computer shutdown and shit, a reset, lights going out, nothing. So these dudes got careless with their shit, started hurting their baby mamas. So now all the baby mamas in these hoods from 4 or 5 different hoods, they go back to the lady and they saying take this shit off. So they like, well, we ain't gonna give you nothing else until you take this shit off. The lady said, well, if you want me to take it off, pay me to take it off. How much? And the lady was like, $2,000. Cause we heard the girls talking about it as they walked past my mama's house to go to Magic Friday. That whole bitch want $2,000. I already get that whole $600-700 a month, and she want $2,000 to take it off. Okay, I'm gonna get that whole her money. I should have never made a deal with that bitch. And I'm hearing 6-17 of them walk past because we all had to walk down to Magic Friday. My mama's apartment sat right on the corner, 4413. So I'm like, shit. So grandma in the room and we hearing them. Grandma say, stay right here, baby. Wait with me. So grandma seeing them all pass by. Grandma say, good, that shit working. These hoes know they can't do them men like that in the hood. They out there, they baby daddies, they out there doing what they gotta do, taking these penitentiary chances, making money for their kids. That's all they know. And they putting up there selling these people's souls and energy. So after that dude killed that girl, that was the whole thing. But here's the fucked up part about it, people. The dude who shot the girl, keep in mind, Madam Aya was in on it with the police too now. Why they let Madam Aya go in the house to the crime scene first? She had a chance to walk through and she gathered some materials from that girl who got shot in her head. And she got to clean up a little bit of the blood too. And she walked out of there in the police, then the police, crime scene, called the crime scene detectives and all that shit, and then they taped it off. But Madam Ailey was the first one to go in there and get whatever she wants, scoop up whatever blood she wants, because we seen her old ass walk in and out. This is a Sudanese refugee people. She didn't even speak the language good, so how the fuck she had it in? Because she was doing favors for the cops and shit. She was doing favors for all these people. So she had trapped that girl. And I think she still got that girl to this day. I haven't seen her. I don't know. She should be dead. 20-some years ago. Maybe she got a long life. I don't know. But all that shit got crazy. So grandma was pretty proud that she put a stop to that shit. Granted, it came at a violent cost, but you know, it made these girls think twice about going to the witch woman on these baby daddies and putting spells and utilizing the energy of these baby daddies to sit up there and you know, use them for their money, their energy, and child support, and sending them to prison and all that other shit. They killing each other and they getting life insurance on these guys, and when they die, the baby will go into the life insurance. Man, it got nasty. It got nasty. So these ladies start paying them $2,000 to get the spell off, but the real savage one that wasn't scared, they were still keeping things at status quo. Now these girls had started back getting poor again. They lost the little Jaguar, they lost the little Cadillacs. You know, they went back on government assistance, food stamps. They weren't selling the stamps no more. Shit got hard for them, and they were like, man, I need another baby daddy. These bitches started coming around, I need another baby daddy. So they started flirting with any old dude in the hood. They wasn't even flirting with the dope boys no more. And grandma said, you will not fuck one of these hoes in these projects. I mean it now. Don't fuck none. Yes, ma'am. They ain't got to worry about getting the ping from old Tyke. So I mean, so things got a little rough. These chicks was out there just trying to screw anybody. If you fresh out of high school, they were trying to give you that coochie. These some whole 20, like 15, 10, 15 years older than the high school boys getting out, 20 years old, getting out of college, and I mean getting out of high school. They was sitting out there giving these young boys that pussy and getting pregnant by these young boys. And then they had a plan that once they got the baby, 1 or 2 years passed, they was gonna sacrifice these dudes' blood and go back because they had a taste for that life, that money. And the Sudanese woman was more than welcome to give that shit to them. And people, it just got so bad that I was always afraid of dealing with, anybody from Africa, who practiced that type of magic. And you can tell if somebody practiced blood magic because they'll have a distinct smell to them. They'll smell like iron. They'll smell like liver. Like if they cook and ate liver a lot, they would smell like processed iron. And you will know for a fact that, okay, that's not just iron metal. That's iron from from blood enzymes and shit. And you know to stay away from them people if you got your demon smell nose on. And a lot of them girls, them bitches was smelling like iron. But here's the worst part of this story. That lady wasn't just taking their baby daddy's life force. When they used to give them the baby daddy, but get a lady the baby daddy blood, she was taking their life force too. Because the Sudanese woman would sit up there and have them women sucking on her pussy. They was sitting out there having them lady eat her out while her period on, people. I'm telling you some shit. They would have to drink that woman's period blood, and she was. Y'all think I'm fucking off. I can't make this shit up. Man. This is one of the worst stories I done motherfucking told y'all, but it is what it is, and it's 100% fucking true. Ugh. So, and yeah, let me tell you how I figured this shit out and how me and grandma found out. Because one of the girls who paid her the money to get the spell off, she like the spell got off and she started doing pole, and they were making jokes at the little community block party. They were like, I go eat that whole pussy with her period on again if I had to, cause I ain't finna be struggling in the hood with y'all hoes. And then I'm like, what? And she wasn't no young lady. This was an older woman, man, that still had the eggs jumping in. And she would like do the magic, and these girls would have to dedicate themselves to her by sucking on that woman's pussy while she was on her period. And then they was like under her protection. And man, y'all think the hood is a fucking alien stomping ground for magic people, wickedness, how we say, wickedness, eh? And grandma never fought with that woman again, because grandma didn't want to get there. I ain't know if grandma was scared of the woman. I ain't saying grandma was some super badass, super duper, super saiyan witch lady. But grandma avoided this lady at all costs. But grandma would work behind the scene to protect these dudes with various amulets and totems and spiritual bow to offset what the baby mamas was doing to them. But back in 1999, early 2000, in Ivy Lane Apartments, Mercer Drive, these motherfucking women was going to Madame Aya in Orlando, Florida, bitch, I'm telling on you. And they was sitting up there having that woman do blood magic on their baby daddies and shit like that. They wouldn't even use the semen. They would like cut these guys, shoot these guys, accidentally like break a glass and like act like they were doing something to get these bloods from these guys, and they were taking to her. And these dudes was paying out the pocket. They were losing their lives, and then they was quick to violence. They was shooting each other. So if you could Google in the papers, 19 murders happened amongst young men, dope boys, whatever, however they got the statistic, that happened in 1999 to 2002, 2003 in Central Florida, Orlando, Florida, Pine Hills, Mercer Drive, Tangelo, that area. The death rate skyrocketed. It wasn't nothing so high because the lady had them dudes killing themselves to get insurance money, to get child support money. These women was into this shit, brothers. Now, I'm finna back off this bitch because I know I'm finna get some controversy, but I gotta tell you how this shit looked, man, and how it was going. So I'm finna back off, ladies. Don't get mad at me, because this is what I saw. I ain't going against nobody. I ain't with the alpha male and bitter bitch syndrome here. I'm just telling you what I saw and how me and grandmama worked to alleviate this shit. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know if this story was spooky. I don't know if it was scary, but it's damn sure educational. Take heed, brothers and sisters. Don't nothing come without a price. I'm tight. Telling you, motherfucker, be careful who you let bleed you, because somebody might just tap your ass dry. Take care, everybody. Stay safe and watch your surroundings. Be good.